Sunday worship is not in the Bible. Are you brave enough to admit it? Most Christians attend church on Sunday without giving it a second thought. It's what their parents did, what their pastors teach, and what the majority of churches promote. But here's the problem. Sunday worship is not in the Bible. You heard that right. From Genesis to Revelation, there is not a single verse where God commands his people to keep Sunday as a holy day. Not one. Let's go back to the foundation. In Genesis 2:2-3 we read, "And on the seventh day God ended his work, and he rested on the seventh day. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it." Before sin, before nations, before religion, God established the seventh day as holy. He didn't bless all 7 days. He didn't say, "Pick the one that works best for you." He blessed and sanctified the seventh day. When God gave the 10 Commandments in Exodus 20, he said, "Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God." This command is crystal clear, and unlike ceremonial laws or traditions, the 10 Commandments were written by God's own finger on stone, meant to last forever. Yet today, most Christians worship on Sunday, the first day of the week. And when asked why, they often say, "Jesus rose from the dead on Sunday." That's true. But where in the Bible does Jesus or any apostle command us to keep Sunday holy because of the resurrection? Nowhere. Jesus, our perfect example, kept the seventh-day Sabbath. Luke 4:16 says, "And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day." Even in death, Jesus rested in the tomb on the Sabbath and rose on the first day. If the resurrection truly changed the day of worship, don't you think Jesus would have told us? But he didn't. The apostles didn't either. In Acts 13:42-44, Paul preached to both Jews and Gentiles on the Sabbath. In Acts 17 and 18, we see the early church continuing the same pattern. Not once did they meet for worship on Sunday as a replacement for the Sabbath. So where did Sunday worship come from? In 321 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine, who worshipped the sun god, enacted the first Sunday law, declaring Sunday a day of rest in honor of the venerable day of the sun. Later, the Roman Church adopted this practice, not based on scripture, but tradition. One Catholic source even boldly declares, "Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact." That's not biblical faith. That's religious arrogance. Jesus said in Mark 7:7-9, "In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition." If your worship is based on tradition instead of truth, Jesus says, it's in vain. Now here's the challenge. Are you brave enough to admit the truth? Can you find one Bible verse, just one, that declares Sunday is now the holy day? If not, then why are you following it? God doesn't accept worship based on convenience or popularity. He accepts worship based on obedience. Revelation chapter 14:12 speaks of the end-time faithful. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Are you one of them? It's time to stop following the crowd and start following Christ. Because Sunday worship is not in the Bible, and truth will never change, no matter how many accept the lie.